On the 16th of March, Iran reportedly fired hypersonic Fatah missiles directly at Rafael Advanced Defense Systems and Israel Aerospace Industries. Those are the two companies that manufacture Iron Dome, Arrow 2, Arrow 3, David Sling, and the combat drones that define Israeli air power. Iran went after the companies that build the systems behind Israel's entire defense network. This happened amid reports from U.S. officials that Israel is running critically low on the very missile interceptors those two companies produce. Iran designated the strike as Wave 55 of Operation True Promise 4, codenamed Omu Sa bin Jafar. The weapons confirmed by Press TV include Fatah hypersonic ballistic missiles, Imad long-range ballistic missiles, Ghadr missiles, and attack drones. And what makes this different from every other missile exchange in this war is the target selection itself. Iran did not aim at a base or a command post, it aimed at the production line. We need to talk about what these attacks mean for the future of the war and why Israel is spending hundreds of millions of dollars in emergency defense funding. But before we continue, drop your thoughts in the comments below. Who do you think is winning this war? Do you think Israel's defense system will hold up? Let me know. Most people think Iron Dome is a government program run directly by the Israeli military. In reality, Iron Dome is a product. It is manufactured by Rafael Advanced Defense Systems. So is David Sling. So are the Spike anti-tank missiles carried by IDF infantry and mounted on armored vehicles. Rafael also builds Iron Beam. That is the laser interception system Israel has been rushing to deploy because it can destroy an incoming drone or rocket for just a few dollars instead of the $50,000 to $100,000 it costs to fire a single Iron Dome interceptor. On top of that, Rafael is embedded in Israel's cyber warfare and electronic warfare. This is not just a contractor. This is the backbone of Israeli defense. And here's the part that should stop you cold. In August of 2025, Yuval Bassi, vice president of Rafael, said publicly that Iran's hypersonic missile development had forced his company and the IDF to fundamentally rethink how they approach air defense. His exact words were that hypersonic missiles represent a new era in air defense. He warned that the old model, launching a faster interceptor to chase down an incoming warhead, no longer works against this class of weapon. The head of the company that builds the interceptors publicly admitted the interceptors cannot keep up. We will come back to what that admission means in the context of what just hit his facilities. Now look at the other side of the equation. Israel Aerospace Industries, or AII, manufactures the Arrow 2 and Arrow 3 missile defense systems. Arrow 3 is the most advanced anti-ballistic missile platform Israel operates. It intercepts incoming warheads in space, beyond the atmosphere. Arrow 2 handles threats in the upper atmosphere. These are the systems standing between Israeli cities and exactly the kind of missiles Iran has been firing since February 28th, when the US and Israel launched Operation Epic Fury, striking more than 30 targets across Iran, killing senior commanders and members of the leadership. Iran's retaliation was immediate, and it has not stopped. But Israel Aerospace Industries does not just build interceptors. It produces surveillance drones, Hermes 900 unmanned aerial vehicles, cruise missiles, satellite systems, and critical aerospace components. Between Rafael and AII, you're looking at the entire production chain behind Israel's shield and its sword, and Iran put both of them in the crosshairs on the same morning. 2 days before this attack, on March 14th, Semaphore published a report citing U.S. officials who confirmed Israel had informed America that it is running critically low on ballistic missile interceptors. The same report noted Israel entered this current war already depleted. The 12-day conflict with Iran in June 2025, Operation Rising Lion, consumed enormous quantities of Arrow 2, Arrow 3, and THAAD interceptors. An analysis published by Arms Control Wonk tracked the expenditure. At least 34 Arrow 3 interceptors, roughly 9 Arrow 2 interceptors, and 39 THAAD interceptors. The THAAD expenditure alone exceeded $495 million. The fiscal year 2026 defense budget projects only 32 new THAAD interceptors for the entire year. More than one full year of THAAD production was burned through in just 12 days last summer. Now stretch that over 17 days of continuous fighting since February 28th, 56 named waves of Operation True Promise 4. Wave after wave of ballistic missiles crossing into Israeli airspace. The conflict has spread across multiple countries and has killed more than 2,000 people across the region. The Strait of Hormuz is effectively blocked. Major shipping has been disrupted. Oil has surged past $100 per barrel. Even digital infrastructure has been hit, with reports of damage to facilities in the UAE and Bahrain. This is not a contained military exchange. This is a supply chain crisis wrapped in a war. A U.S. official told Semaphore the shortage was something we expected and anticipated. Translation: they knew Israel's stockpiles were thin before the first shot was fired. Another official said Israel is coming up with solutions to address the problem, but those solutions were not specified. Within hours of that report going public, the Israeli government approved an emergency transfer of 2.66 billion shekels, approximately $826 million, to the defense ministry. The official justification: urgent and essential defense procurement. That vote happened by phone late at night. And it gets worse. Consider the unit costs. A single Arrow 2 interceptor runs approximately $3 million. An Arrow 3 costs around $2 million. A THAAD interceptor costs roughly $12.7 million. Each THAAD battery holds 48 interceptors and requires 95 American personnel to operate. Last summer's war alone consumed roughly 25% of the total U.S. THAAD stockpile. And while Israel waits for replacements that do not yet exist, Iran is adding layers of complexity to every barrage. Reports confirm Iran has started fitting some ballistic missiles with cluster munitions, which scatter submunitions on re-entry, complicating interception. That means short-range interceptors and long-range interceptors are being drained at the same time. Every layer of the defense system is under pressure. And towards the end, we will come back to what the interception trend tells us, because the weapon used in this strike changes the entire calculus: the Fatah, one of the most advanced missiles in Iran's arsenal.